Good evening, America. I'm Ethan Walker, and you're watching Global Truth Network, GTN, your trusted source for real, unfiltered global news. Tonight, a major diplomatic development that could directly impact your gas prices, America's position in the Middle East, and the future of nuclear negotiations with Iran. Iran's foreign minister just walked out of a high-stakes press conference in New Delhi, India, and what he said is making waves across every capital in the world. We have the full story, we have the facts, and we are breaking it all down right now. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi arrived in New Delhi for what officials are calling a critical diplomatic mission. He met directly with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He held lengthy discussions with India's External Affairs Minister Jaishankar. And then he faced the press. The questions were sharp, the stakes were high, and the answers were anything but ordinary. Let's start with the question every American wants answered. Is Iran building a nuclear weapon? Here is what Iran's top diplomat said directly, on the record. Quote, "Iran has never wanted a nuclear weapon. That is not our policy. Our nuclear program is peaceful, and it will remain peaceful." Now, just days before this press conference, President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping stood together and made a joint statement. Their message was clear. A nuclear-armed Iran is unacceptable. Two of the world's most powerful leaders, one unified message. And Iran's response? We agree. We never wanted nuclear weapons to begin with. But here's the question America must ask. Are these words backed by action? That debate is happening right now in Washington, in Tel Aviv, and in every allied capital around the world. Now, this next part affects you directly, at the gas station, at the grocery store, in your wallet. The Strait of Hormuz. This narrow strip of water sitting between Iran and Oman carries nearly 20% of the entire world's oil supply, every single day. Tonight, Iran's foreign minister made a statement that sent shockwaves through global energy markets. He said the Strait of Hormuz is open, but, and this is critical, open with conditions. Any vessel belonging to a nation that Iran considers an enemy state must coordinate directly with Iranian military forces before attempting to pass. Why? Because of mines, because of military obstacles currently positioned in those waters. Iran says it will guide friendly ships through safely. They claim to have already done this successfully for multiple Indian vessels. But here's the hard truth, America. The moment that strait closes, even for 24 hours, oil prices worldwide will spike, and you will feel it fast. Now here's something that should concern every American watching tonight. Iran's foreign minister stood at that podium and said we are receiving two completely different messages from the United States, sometimes in the very same day. One signal from one official, a contradictory signal from another. He called it a problem. He called it a source of deep mistrust. And frankly, he is not right to raise it. Mixed messaging from Washington does not just confuse Iran, it weakens America's negotiating position. It gives hardliners in Tehran more ammunition, and it signals to the rest of the world that the United States may not be speaking with one voice. That is a national security concern, and Washington needs to address it. Here's a story that's not getting nearly enough attention in American media. Before U.S. sanctions, India and Iran were conducting over $20 billion in annual trade. That number, $20 billion, built on oil, energy, and deep historical ties. U.S. sanctions forced India to walk away from that relationship. But tonight, in New Delhi, Iran's foreign minister made his intentions crystal clear. The moment sanctions are lifted, Iran is ready to immediately restore full oil trade with India, and they want to grow it even further. Now, why should this matter to you? Because India is America's most critical strategic partner in all of Asia.
If Iran successfully pulls India back into its economic orbit, the balance of power across the entire region begins to shift. This is the quiet chess game happening behind the headlines, and your government in Washington is watching every single move. And then there's Russia. On the sidelines of these diplomatic meetings, Iran's foreign minister confirmed a direct meeting with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. On the table, a Russian proposal to transfer Iran's enriched uranium onto Russian soil, a confidence-building measure that some diplomats believe could break the current deadlock in U.S.-Iran nuclear talks. Iran and Russia call their relationship a strategic partnership. So as Washington applies maximum pressure on Tehran from one side, Moscow is quietly offering Tehran a lifeline from the other. The triangle of the United States, Russia, and Iran has never been more complicated, and the outcome of this triangle will shape global politics for years to come. So let us bring it home. What does all of this mean for you tonight? First, your gas prices. Any escalation in the Strait of Hormuz means an immediate spike in global oil. You feel that at the pump within days, not weeks, days. Second, another war. Iran says it wants diplomacy, but Arakchi also warned tonight about what he called warmongers, people actively trying to drag the United States into another Middle East conflict. America must decide, is diplomacy the path, or are we heading somewhere else? Third, the India question. America's greatest democratic ally in Asia is being courted by Iran. How Washington handles sanctions policy in the coming weeks will determine where India stands, with us or somewhere in between. And fourth, the nuclear clock. Negotiations are alive, but they are fragile, they are slow, and one miscalculation from any side could change everything we know about stability in the Middle East. Tonight, the world watched Iran's top diplomat speak from New Delhi. He spoke of peace, he spoke of diplomacy, he spoke of open waterways and peaceful nuclear programs. Whether those words translate to action, that is the story we will continue to track, every day, every development, right here. Because at Global Truth Network, GTN, we do not just report the news, we explain what it means for America, and we do it every single night. I'm Ethan Walker. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay prepared, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Good night, America.